Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the English Learning Podcast. I'm your host, Jason, and as always, I'm here with my wonderful co-host, Julia.
Hey there, everyone. It's great to have you with us today. We're so happy you've joined us to learn English in a fun and simple way.
Absolutely. In today's episode, we're going to talk about something very important for every English learner: how to speak English clearly and confidently.
Yes, many learners know lots of English words and grammar, but when it's time to speak, they feel nervous or their words don't sound clear enough. So today, we'll help you fix that.
That's right. Speaking clearly is not just about pronunciation, it's about helping others understand you easily and showing confidence when you talk. Whether you're in a class, at work, traveling, or even chatting online, clear speech can make a big difference.
And don't worry if you think your accent is different. Having an accent is completely fine. You just need to make your words clear and your voice confident. That's what really matters.
Exactly. So, in this episode, we'll talk about why speaking clearly matters, common problems English learners face, and simple steps you can follow to sound more confident and natural in English.
So stay with us until the end. We also have a quick practice activity and some powerful tips to help you improve your English speaking every single day.
All right, let's get started. So, Julia, let's start with the big question. Why is it so important to speak English clearly?
That's a great question, Jason. Speaking clearly is important because it helps people understand you easily. Even if your grammar isn't perfect, if your words are clear, people can still follow what you're saying.
Exactly. When you speak clearly, you build better connections with people. You can express your ideas confidently, and others enjoy talking with you because they understand you without any trouble.
Right. And speaking clearly also shows confidence. When your voice is clear and your words are easy to hear, people see you as someone who knows what they're talking about, even if your English isn't perfect.
That's true. I've noticed that many English learners focus only on big words or grammar rules. But communication is not about being perfect, it's about being understood.
Yes. For example, imagine you're at work or in a meeting and you have a great idea. If you speak softly or unclearly, people might miss your point. But if you speak clearly and calmly, everyone will listen.
I love that example. Clear speaking helps in every situation, whether you're meeting new people, giving a presentation, or just chatting with friends. It builds trust and makes conversations smoother.
And the best part is, anyone can learn to speak clearly. You don't need to sound like a native speaker. You just need to speak slowly, pronounce your words carefully, and believe in yourself.
Well said, Julia. So, now that we know why clear speaking is so important, let's talk about the common problems that make English sound unclear and how to fix them. All right. Now let's talk about some of the common problems that make English sound unclear. A lot of learners face these issues without even realizing it.
Yes, that's true. One big problem is speaking too fast. Many learners think that speaking fast means speaking fluently, but actually it's the opposite. When you speak too fast, your words mix together and people can't understand you.
Exactly. And the other side of that problem is speaking too slowly with long pauses. That can make you sound unsure or nervous. The key is to find a natural speed, not too fast, not too slow.
Another common issue is mumbling when you don't open your mouth enough or your words sound blurred. For example, instead of saying I'm going to school, it might sound like I'm gonna shul. It becomes hard for people to catch the words.
Yes, and pronunciation mistakes are also common. Some learners say a word the same way every time, even if it's wrong, because they've never listened carefully to the correct sound.
That's why listening and practice are so important. And here's another one: lack of confidence. When you feel nervous, your voice becomes low and your speech sounds unclear. Confidence helps your voice come out stronger and clearer.
That's a great point, Julia. So, to speak clearly, learners need to control speed, pronounce words properly, and speak with confidence.
Exactly. Don't worry if you make mistakes, just be aware of them and keep improving.
Perfect. Now that we understand the main problems, it's time to look at our first step, learning the sounds of English clearly and correctly. All right, step number 1 to speak English clearly is to learn the sounds of English.
Yes, English has many sounds that don't exist in other languages. If you want to sound clear, you need to recognize and practice those sounds, especially vowel and consonant sounds.
That's right. For example, many learners have trouble with the sound. In words like think, thank, or three, the tongue should go slightly between your teeth, but some people say sink or tree instead of think or three.
Exactly. Another example is the difference between long and short vowel sounds. For example, ship and sheep sound similar, but they have different vowel lengths. If you say them the same way, people might misunderstand you.
Good point. So, the best way to improve is to listen carefully to native speakers and repeat what they say. Try to hear the difference between similar sounds and practice them daily.
You can also use online pronunciation tools or apps. Many show how to move your tongue and mouth when saying each sound. It's like learning music. You train your ear to catch every little sound.
I like that. And remember, don't try to learn everything at once. Choose a few sounds you struggle with and focus on them until you master them.
Yes, one step at a time. Clear pronunciation starts with learning how each sound works in English.
Perfect. Once you know the sounds, the next step is learning how to speak at the right speed and pronounce every word clearly. Let's move to that. Now that we've talked about learning English sounds, step number 2 is to speak slowly and enunciate clearly.
Yes, this is one of the simplest but most powerful tips. Many English learners try to speak fast because they think it makes them sound fluent, but actually, speaking too fast can make your words unclear.
Exactly. When you speak too quickly, your mouth doesn't have time to form the sounds properly, and your listener might miss some words. But when you slow down a little, every word becomes clear and easy to understand.
That's right. Speaking slowly doesn't mean speaking unnaturally slow. It means giving your words space. For example, instead of saying, "How are you?" too fast, say, "How are you?" with a small pause between each word.
Yes, that sounds much better. And another important thing is to open your mouth when you speak. Many learners mumble because they keep their mouth closed. Opening your mouth helps the sound come out clearly and naturally.
Good point. I always tell learners to imagine they're speaking to someone sitting a little far away. That way, their voice becomes louder, clearer, and more confident, not shy or quiet.
I love that. So remember, everyone slow down, pronounce every word clearly, and open your mouth when you speak. Clarity is more important than speed.
Exactly. When people understand you easily, you'll feel more confident, and your fluency will naturally improve over time.
Beautifully said, Julia. Now, let's move on to the next important step, learning how to use word and sentence stress to make your English sound natural and expressive. All right, step number 3 is to use word and sentence stress correctly. This is one of the secrets to sounding natural and confident in English.
Yes. Stress means making one part of a word or sentence stronger, louder, or longer than the others. English is a stress-timed language, so if you use the right stress, your speech will sound smooth and easy to understand.
That's right. Let's start with word stress. For example, the word present changes meaning depending on stress. If we say present, it's a gift. But if we say present, it's a verb, meaning to give or show something.
Exactly. So, stressing the wrong part of a word can confuse the listener. Now, let's look at sentence stress. This is when you stress certain words in a sentence to show meaning or emotion.
Yes. Like this example, I didn't say he stole the money. If you stress different words, the meaning changes. I didn't say he stole the money, maybe someone else said it. I didn't say he stole the money, maybe you wrote it. I didn't say he stole the money, maybe he borrowed it.
That's a great example. So, when you use stress correctly, you make your message clearer and more interesting. It also helps listeners follow what's important in your sentence.
Exactly. A good way to practice is to listen to native speakers and repeat after them, paying attention to which words they stress. Try to feel the rhythm of English almost like music.
Yes, English has a rhythm, and learning to stress words naturally is like learning a beautiful melody.
Beautifully said. Julia. Now that we understand stress, let's move to the next step, how to build confidence through daily speaking practice. All right, now it's time for step number 4. Build confidence through daily speaking practice.
Yes, confidence is one of the biggest keys to speaking clearly. Even if your grammar or pronunciation isn't perfect, if you speak with confidence, people will understand and respect you.
Exactly. I've noticed that many learners know what they want to say, but they hold back because they're afraid of making mistakes or sounding wrong.
That's so true. But here's something important. Everyone makes mistakes, even native speakers. Confidence doesn't mean speaking perfectly, it means speaking without fear.
Absolutely. So, how can learners build that confidence? The best way is to practice speaking every day, even if it's just for 5 or 10 minutes.
Yes. You can practice by talking to yourself in English, for example. Describe what you're doing. I'm cooking rice, or I'm walking to class. This helps your mouth and mind get used to forming English sentences naturally.
That's a great tip. Another way is to record yourself speaking. Many learners don't realize how they sound until they listen to their own voice. When you listen, you can notice your mistakes and improve faster.
Exactly. You can also speak in front of a mirror. Watch your mouth movements, smile, and make eye contact with yourself. It might sound funny, but it really boosts your confidence and helps you sound more natural.
I like that one. And remember, confidence grows slowly. It's like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes.
That's right. Don't wait for the perfect moment to start speaking English. Start today, speak to yourself, to your friends, or even to your phone. Every word you say helps you grow.
Beautifully said. Julia. So, practice every day, stay positive, and don't be afraid to make mistakes. The more you speak, the more confident and clear your English will become.
Exactly. And now let's move on to step 5, one of my favorites, how listening and imitation can help you sound more natural in English.
All right, step number 5, listen and imitate native speakers. This is one of the best ways to improve your pronunciation, rhythm, and speaking clarity.
Yes, when you listen to native speakers, you don't just learn words, you learn how they say those words, their tone, stress, and rhythm. It's like learning a song, you copy the melody and the flow.
Exactly. And the great part is, you can do this anywhere. You can listen to English podcasts, YouTube videos, movies, or even short clips on social media. Choose speakers who talk clearly and naturally.
Right. And here's a great technique called shadowing. It means listening to a sentence and then repeating it right away, almost at the same time. This helps you copy the pronunciation, intonation, and speed of native speakers.
That's a powerful exercise. At first, it might feel difficult, but after a few days, your brain starts catching the natural rhythm of English automatically.
Yes, and remember, don't just hear the words, feel how they sound. Notice how native speakers move their mouth and how their voice rises and falls. Imitating those small details makes your English sound much more natural.
That's so true. Listening and imitating is like training your ear and your voice at the same time. It's one of the fastest ways to sound confident and clear.
Exactly. So make listening a daily habit. Just 10 minutes a day can make a big difference.
Awesome tip, Julia. Now, speaking of training your mouth and pronunciation, our next step is going to be fun using tongue twisters and shadowing practice to improve clarity. Now, we come to step number 6, practice pronunciation with tongue twisters and shadowing. This step is not only useful, but also a lot of fun.
Yes, tongue twisters are short, tricky sentences that help you move your mouth and tongue faster and more accurately. They're a great way to improve your pronunciation and speaking control.
Exactly. Let's try one together. Here's a classic. She sells seashells by the seashore. It's fun, right? Let's repeat it slowly first. She sells seashells by the seashore. Then, a little faster, she sells seashells by the seashore.
Nice one, Jason. Tongue twisters help your mouth get used to English sounds and movement. Try saying them a few times every day. You'll be surprised how much your clarity improves.
Yes, and don't forget the shadowing technique we mentioned earlier. Choose a short clip or podcast, listen carefully, and speak along with the speaker. Match their tone, rhythm, and stress as closely as you can.
That's right. Shadowing helps your pronunciation, listening, and fluency all at once. It trains your mouth to move naturally in English.
And it's okay if you can't say it perfectly at first. The goal is progress, not perfection. Just keep practicing a little every day. Your speech will become smoother and clearer with time.
Exactly. Make tongue twisters and shadowing part of your daily routine. They're short, fun, and super effective for building confidence in your pronunciation.
Well said, Julia. Now that we've learned these powerful techniques, let's hear a real-life story of someone who improved their English speaking clarity through daily practice. All right, Julia, let's share a real-life example to inspire our listeners.
Yes. I want to tell you about one of my students, Ahmed. When he first started learning English, he was very shy and nervous. He knew a lot of words but couldn't speak clearly, and he avoided talking to others in English.
I remember that. But Ahmed decided to practice every day just 10 minutes at first. He used tongue twisters, listened to native speakers, and recorded himself speaking.
Exactly, and after a few weeks, something amazing happened. His pronunciation became much clearer, he spoke more slowly and confidently, and he could express his ideas without hesitation.
That's the power of daily practice. Ahmed didn't wait to be perfect. He focused on speaking clearly and improving a little every day. And now, he even speaks confidently in meetings and presentations.
Yes, and this shows all our listeners that anyone can improve their English clarity and confidence. All it takes is consistent practice, patience, and the right techniques.
Absolutely. So, if Ahmed can do it, you can too. Keep practicing, stay confident, And remember, clarity comes first, perfection comes later. All right, Julia, it's time for a quick practice activity. This will help our listeners start speaking clearly and confidently right now.
Yes, let's do a simple exercise. We'll give 3 short sentences and I want you to repeat them slowly, clearly, and with confidence. Ready?
Here's the first one. I enjoy learning English every day. Repeat it slowly and focus on pronouncing every word clearly.
Second sentence. Speaking English confidently makes me happy. Remember to open your mouth and use the correct stress on important words confidently and happy.
And the third sentence, I can improve my English little by little. Say it with a calm, confident voice.
Perfect. You can repeat these sentences a few times until you feel comfortable. The more you practice daily, the more your clarity and confidence will grow.
Exactly. And here's a bonus tip: record yourself while practicing. Listening to yourself will help you notice improvements and areas to work on.
Yes, practice like this for just a few minutes every day, and soon you'll notice a big difference in how clearly and confidently you speak English.
All right, Julia. Before we close, let's do a quick recap of today's episode.
Yes, today we learned how to speak English clearly and confidently. We talked about why clear speech is so important and the common problems that make English unclear.
We also discussed 6 powerful steps to improve your clarity. Learn the sounds of English. Speak slowly and enunciate clearly. Use word and sentence stress correctly. Build confidence through daily speaking practice. Listen and imitate native speakers. Practice pronunciation with tongue twisters and shadowing.
And don't forget, we shared a real-life story showing that consistent daily practice really works. Plus, we had a quick practice activity you can do at home.
Exactly. The key message is simple. Clarity and confidence matter more than perfection. Speak slowly, pronounce your words clearly, use stress correctly, and practice every day.
Yes, every small step you take will make a big difference. Keep practicing, stay confident, and remember improvement comes little by little, day by day.
Absolutely. You've got this. Your English can become clear, confident, and natural, one word at a time. And that brings us to the end of today's episode, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us on the English Learning Podcast.
Yes, we hope you enjoyed learning how to speak English clearly and confidently. Remember, practice every day, stay patient, and don't be afraid to make mistakes.
Absolutely. And if you found this episode helpful, please subscribe to our channel, like this video, and share it with your friends who want to improve their English.
Also, leave a comment below telling us which tip you'll start practicing today. We love hearing from you.
That's right. Keep practicing, stay confident, and we'll see you in the next episode.